Greg Zuerlein out for the opening kick.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the...
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And this one is incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10. Stroud to throw it. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's on his way.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown.
Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick six to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say that their plan worked to perfection.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Here we go. Tonight.
Stroud sets up the play action. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Oh, ready.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
Tonight.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Oh, ready. 11. Tonight.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Oh, eluding the tackle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. How about this? They'll change it at the line. An audible here to get a new look. 4th down. Here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try to keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Mixon will try the right side. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Let's go. Tonight.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Mixing up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 7-7, our score after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. On the counter, it's Hall. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time,
third
drawing
down.
the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Now Rodgers. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area and it winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, here's the veteran.
no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Houston set to take over.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
Here we go.
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And it's intercepted.
Now he's loose at the 40.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And it's 2nd down.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hall want to give up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Harris.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Airing it out deep for Woods. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Time for another drive here for this Jets offense.
It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams,
it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Mario Edwards from his in spot able to push in there and drop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. .31 yards on the punt there.
And the Texans will take over.
And now out comes Houston.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down, but a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
The Jets get in there for the sack.
Will McDonald.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Here we go.
And Stroud now to throw.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Got a man. It's the rookie out of the third round.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive?
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
Previous
with all
play
reviews
is under
coming from the
review.
replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's
After
pretty
review of
tight.
the play,
Well, here's the
ruling on
call.
the field
Line
stands.
of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw.
This one finds Wilson downfield. Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Zerline now for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, hey.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't win. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 26.
They'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Rodgers going to shift him around.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams.
Into space at the 45. Down the right sideline. He may go.
And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 72 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And
Previous
we're going to get a review of that
review.
last play. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. They'll run with Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
They're going for it. Here's Stroud.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone.